Well, hello. Happy Thursday. It's a national holiday in my country, so I have the day off. So that's good. Gives me a chance to stream. And welcome, Panda. Good to see you. Chenny, welcome. You have contracts. Contract title, A Very Silly Horse. Okay. We can take a look at that. Yeah. Feature, no. Search because it's a title. Let's see. A very silly horse. Let's go. In Mendoza. Oh, okay. Let's see. In South America, on the hills of Argentina, a silly horse has gotten loose. Your objective, 1847, is to, if you choose to accept this mission, is to take down the evil targets who have done nothing wrong. If you get caught or killed, the silly horse will go free, riding over all the grapes and destroying all the wine in the world. Good luck and stay drunk. Okay. So I'm suspecting these need an explosion accident, so that tells me I need to go here. But there's a propane tank right there. Remote taser, I can give him a taser, and him... He's probably in the field somewhere. What are we gonna do with you? Pokey-poo? Poison, lethal syringe. Okay. Midnight black suit, that will allow me to roam the premises, so that's good. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Over here, okay. Let's see, where are these assholes? Oh, they're not where I expected them to be. Oh. Security room. He's in the... Oh, that's him. Okay. 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 And then we're starting somewhere else. Does any disguise, right? Yeah. So, not starting here. I am starting right here. Guy last night banned on Twitch. Yeah, he got banned hard. He's perma banned even. So he posted that on his Twitter feed. So yeah, he messed up. He fucked with the wrong crowd. And I can't say I'm sad about it. And if I look at the comments on his Twitter feed that he posted, where he posted his ban message, people are not sad about it. So he's apparently he can be a douchebag. So yeah, it's all on him, man. He made his choice, and wait, what? Oh, that's downstairs. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's one up. Okay. Where the hell are you?
Those heels are an accident waiting to happen.
Those heels are an accident. Oh, I can't be here in this outfit.
What are you doing here?
Here.
Sir.
Let's see how far we can launch you. Whee! I was hoping it would go further. Yeah. Okay, so not there. Because I can't go up, so maybe go here. I have a little bit more leeway. Yeah. Let's go. You got a 130? Okay. Let's figure this out. D is accidental explosion. It's that one. Let's take a look at this dude. Oh. Oh, you're using this? Oh. Why doesn't this work? Because I'm crouching. What? Hey, Jenny. Hey, Canadiator. Watching no sound. Meeting in IT on work, but they're in control, so I'm in limbo. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Okay, so let's see. He's
Just
up
making me feel a
there.
little uncomfortable now.
Let's see. Oh, he's up here.
It's a nice gesture, but a bit hubristic, wouldn't you say?
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
I
even been
see.
appointed.
I see. So the lady needs to go. That's how you get him. And then I think we'll need to go down here.
If I survive this, I promise to change.
You think I should get out of here? Are we safe?
Let's see. Oh, down here. Yes. You go over there. Oh, I need a.
What do you think that noise was? Go have a look.
Affirmative.
That makes no sense.
Where is the key card? Oh, it's over there.
Okay.
Whoa, slow down.
What the fuck? Oh, I'm stuck on this. The fuck? Oh. And then we'll do this. And then we need to leave. Oh. I could probably leave over here. Hi, Shardy. Welcome. So I'll just need to get the outfit over here.
Quit joining these pyramid schemes.
And then I can leave over here, right? No? Is that just one exit? What the f— oh, they're not dead yet. Oh, that dude. Why are you not dead yet? Did I kill the wrong dude here? What is happening? Oh, I didn't oh. Okay. Yeah. I know what went wrong. This is a remote taser, not a proxy taser. You idiot! Oh, sorry, I need to open the queue. My bad, my bad. Give me a second. Where the fuck is the queue? Over here. Open. There we go. Sorry about that. Try it again. Yeah, okay, let's go.
I'm sure you'll.
It's a nice gesture,
Let me get
but
a glass
a
of
bit hubristic. Okay.
Okay.
I think someone's playing with some real serious fireworks.
I don't think I'm gonna get 130, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
You're kidding me.
Proxy taser. You go over there, please.
Say what?
Oh fuck.
Get the boss out of here now!
All right.
What's happening? Are we clear?
Looks like we're clear, sir.
She was really looking at me fun. What the fuck are you doing here?
Not another one. This is a disgrace.
What are you doing here? Get the fuck out. That was good. I wonder if I can shoot from over there. Can I shoot from the door is the question. Yeah, I should be able to.
Okay. I didn't forget the asado torch, Miguel.
But you do Pablo.
Pouch of gems, sack of gems. Huh?
What was that? Someone should go and see. Now.
On it.
What the hell? No.
Okay, get my syringe out. There we go. Oop, there we go. Come out. Yes.
Better just repost it.
Why is this locked?
Stop choking that person.
Oh, because they are both here. Okay. Hmm. So what if I don't use a proximity taser for that dude? Or not for him, so I can use a knockout something. Which contract are you playing? It's one from Panda. It's called A Silly Little Horse. A silly horse. So it's this one, a very silly horse. Made by Panda, one of the viewers here, and I can walk to the other exit, but where I am going, that is the shortest distance, I guess. And I can't start any closer. Well, I could start over here. I don't know why I'm starting all the way over here, though. So I can start over here. That saves me a lot of trouble. And then, there is no really... this is too far away. I'm not even close to that. So smuggling is not really an option for me right now. I can shoot the It's either shooting that or... Okay. Let's see. Is that melee or is that tools? Blue egg. Sorry.
I tell you, whoever thought they were doing the world a favor by bumping off Rico Delgado and his picture.
By bumping up Rico Delgado.
What? Say what?
Yeah, Command, there's some kind
Go
of
on.
practice down here. I'm having a look around.
Oh shit. Did you do this?
Oh, I'm trespassing here.
Fucking look at me when I'm talking to you.
Oh, he sees that.
Talking to you, sir.
Okay. Luring him to the other side of the wall then.
I tell you, whoever thought they were doing the world a favor by bumping off Rico Delgado and his picture.
Takes way too long to get out of that that thing. Alan Guzman.
Really putting it away.
Sorry guys, I need this.
Huh?
Hey, take it easy, man.
You guys can go to sleep.
Huh?
Okay. Okay. $14.
We're joining these pyramid schemes.
24. I'm getting close to your time, Panda. There we go.
Duh. Winning.
Okay, let's see how the cheater boards look globally. Here's count 51 seconds. Wow. Ah, Haji Wanera is here with 126. I'm very close. Very, very nice. Colin, 22. Man, sub 1 minute. I don't know how, but yeah, very, very well done. You could potentially go, but you have to go there. No. Okay, that was fun. That's a nice warm-up. Let's see. I wish the leaderboard was shared or at least viewable across platforms. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with that is, of course, that the how do you make the IDs the same? And that's a bit of a problem. That for that to happen, they would have to share the contracts across platforms, and then make sure they are linked somehow. Because otherwise, how are you gonna link them? Not me. I don't know what you mean with it. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Somebody put one in the queue. Shardy Waffles did one. That's. I wish there was an easy way for me to comment that note, but yeah. Contracts. Look up. Let's see. 111 624 015 444. Okay. Above or below? Okay, so I can remove. Yes. My leader down. Okay. Good day 47. Miami is your next destination. Eliminate your target silently and safely return to the safe house. By Shardy Waffles. Okay. Ah, Mendez. Okay, okay. One of the... Ted Montgomery, is he the one that is down below in the lobby in the changing rooms? Or the whatever that is, the clothing storage? Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Sometimes the interface is a bit... I don't know. Dolphin. Okay, okay. Tools, proxy taser. How many? I've got a few security guards, so let's take another proxy taser. Another taser at least. There we go. Yeah, Crimson Red Suit is good. Okay, let's see. See if we can pokey-poo Ted Mendez. And then go from there. Wonder if anybody will see that. Oh, it's not the dude that's here. Okay.
You know, the fact is that Kronstadt is very likely withholding information.
Kronstadt is very likely withholding information. Okay. Contract title is Russian on Dubai. Okay. Let's see, Brad Easterton, where are you? Level 3. Level 1? Oh, you're in the expo room. That's right over here. Okay.
So I just transferred from Metro to Tech. Figured I'd try out a new beat, you know?
Everything you hoped it would be?
Don't know.
One small bottle of the patented Kronstadt Octane Booster.
I understood from the briefing earlier that we're just supposed to grab it.
Knox is a genuine technical genius. He's really protective about his projects. Prefers to fix everything himself. Don't worry about gravity. If anything goes awry, down.
Oh wait, I could use that for somebody else. Can I pick this up? Yes, I can. Okay. Why are you here, dude? Okay. Let's see. Let's see about you. Oh, it's you.
What is that stuff anyway?
Oh.
I think some of the teams are using it to increase car speed. Heard a few Kronstadt mechanics talking about it the other day.
Yeah, we could
Something about Knox
do
not wanting
this.
to use it because she wants to win on her own.
Imagine that. Isn't that illegal?
I don't know.
Okay.
Go see.
Huh? What was that sound?
That could be a thing. Okay. And then I need to get upstairs. I think there's a stairway around here somewhere. Oh, that's just the... Oh. Let's go here. I know, I'm red gunned. I am exploring. Oh, it's you. Okay.
You gotta be. Stay put. I'll look into it.
You don't have to say that again.
We get him like this, okay. Check close. Okay. Close that, please. Okay, and now we need to get over there. And then...
What was that?
Oh, he doesn't like me.
We've got a certified troublemaker.
We've got a certified troublemaker. Can I get in here? No. Crap.
Doctor, what an honor.
Doctor, what an honor. If I do this.
Huh?
We have some sort of stay here, you understand?
You bet.
Hopefully you'll get close enough to the door. Oh, you don't. Okay.
We've got trouble. Get ready.
Where the fuck is he? He's upstairs. Okay.
Command, false alarm.
Oh! I'm such an idiot. I can just do this. There we go. Get outside. I will challenge this contract if I have the free time. Yeah, you should. No. Let's see, where are you? Over here. Oxytaser. The wrong one will go.
Is that what I think it is?
Fuck. Okay, but we can get him here. Okay. Restart. So, yeah, can basically figure out everybody here. Very good. Okay, Mr. Mendez. Does it help if I take your outfit? Hey guys, look, there's a naked guy lying on the floor there. Maybe you should do something about it.
The fact is that Kronstadt is very
Okay, so I can give him the other one.
So I just transferred from Metro to
You know the
Tech.
thinking?
Figured I'd try out a new beat, you know?
This way.
One small bottle of the patented Kronstadt Octane Buster.
I understood from the briefing earlier that we're just supposed to grab him if something happens to it. Nope. Poking around the engine or anything like that. Weird.
I'm not trespassing here, so that's a good thing, I guess. Okay, let's get this guy.
Octane booster, huh? What is that stuff anyway?
I think some of the teams are using it to increase car speed. Heard a few Kronstadt mechanics talking about it the other day. Something about Knox not wanting to use it because she wants to win on her own. Huh?
Probably check that out.
Copy that.
Okay, let's go up.
Please, somebody help me! Help!
Wow, I didn't know Ted Mendez was allowed to go anywhere near here.
So, I'm here.
Hello there.
Okay, very cool. Hey, Shrimpy, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. Where's the arm? Over here. Crap. Okay, yeah, come over here, please.
Oh! What the hell was that?
That's what that is. Okay, cool. Now, go up here. This they don't like me being here. Okay.
I can't.
Left eye.
So many things I need to fix before this day is over.
Way back.
There's just no
Apparently it dries out in low humidity or something, so
Oh.
no one messes with you.
That wasn't too... Okay. Let me think. Let me go the other way. Yes. Careful not to be seen over there. Did I pick up the... no, I didn't pick it up. Okay. Let's go here then.
Oh? Yeah, Command.
Oh, fuck.
Command, got a possible 517. Moving in to investigate.
That it?
Say what?
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Shooter on the scene! Find him!
There we go. Good, good, good. Very good. Number 2? How the hell am I number 2 with that? Well, I know, but yeah. Manga 409. Oh, very nice. Oh, just because I was faffing around with the dudes on the end. Okay. Very nice. Puchas. And Forum. I have never seen this name before. But yeah. Very, very good. Thank you, Jenny. Let's see if we can find the Russian on Dubai. Because that's a bit vague. Maybe we can find it. Let's see. Game modes. Contracts. Search. Rush. On Dubai. Find it. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know which one that is, Jenny. Just Russian is not enough. Screen is chef, so this one? I have no idea what this says. That the one? I'm wondering now what that says. Hey, Pickle Thumper, welcome. Let's see, we have the Translate app. Yes? Okay, cool. Camera. Let's see what that says. Contract is ready and you have... only one exit, okay. Let's see, the contract has been done and you have permission to proceed, destroy the, kill all the targets, and there's only one exit. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Okay, so he's first. I gotta be penthouse staff. Okay, that locks in my starting position. Like this. Okay. And he's gotta drown. Okay. Explosive device. Okay. Consumed poison. Okay. So poison. Lethal poison. And this gotta be an explosive device. Oh, this is the pilot. Okay. Explosive device. I gotta drown him. Which means I either have to coin him in or make him sick. Do I need to shoot anything? That's the question. I don't think so. I could probably get away with just taking this. Okay. You can ask Phoenix. What it means, you mean? Yeah, I have a Google Translate app on my my phone, so I can translate it. Okay, let's go, dude.
So are you telling me I can't do my job? I'm sorry.
So you're telling me I can't do my job? Yes.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer for perfection. It must not be disturbed. You speed it up, and you break all the water.
Make way! I'm going to the bathroom. Make way!
Huh?
We've got an individual vomiting. Stand by.
We've got an individual vomiting. Please stand by. Okay. That's a good thing he wasn't side-eyeing me. Okay, okay, okay. Close. Okay. Here's your drowning. Phoenix is Russian. Okay. Yeah, we have modern technology. So that works out. Okay, cool. And then prepare this. I think this is for him. Little poison. Okay, there we go. And now I just ring the bell. Are they coming up or what? I'm not really sure what happens when you push this, but okay. Let's see, let's go. Yeah, we've got Ingram over there. Consumed poison, yes. And then, let's see.
Yeah. Why?
Just wondered if you got the briefing on the lockdown drill tomorrow.
I got it. I'll get issued one tomorrow morning.
You know how it works? Because I don't.
It's easy. Two of us are taking up here.
You, what is your unarmed?
Oh!
Okay. Got you covered. Okay, okay. Now we go over here. Oop, there we go.
Wait a minute.
What? What? Fuck.
Whatever.
Okay. Let's see if we can save this. Why didn't he die from that? That was weird. Too far under the chopper. Yeah, it was literally at its toes, so maybe. Let's just restart. That was weird. I could smuggle something up there. Do I need something extra?
So are you telling me I can't do my job?
Sorry, Mr. Ingram gave specific instructions. No noise of any kind.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
I feel cold. Now I feel warm again. Now. Oh, come on, I'm gonna be sick. Local cuisine working out for you?
Okay. Let's get him in here. Boom, 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 boom. There's a nice fresh toilet waiting for you right there, mister. And... is the money down there, Lebowski? Give me that. Thank you. Okay. Prepare this. Okay. Why didn't it ding? I don't know if he comes up here now because it should be ready. Let's see how that works out. Let's go.
Are you on duty tomorrow?
Yeah. Why?
Just wondered if you got the briefing on the lockdown drill.
Okay. There we go. I'm afraid he might be seen, so I'm by that dude that's patrolling over there, so I'm putting him over here. Yeah, should be good. Okay, and now up there. Oh, maybe I could go down there. Is the chopper the exit? We'll see. Who are you? Oh, he's taking... Oh. Okay, he's gonna die. That's good. How about you? Oh. It's you, huh? Oh, wrong way.
How you?
What are you? Full. Oh. Perfect. There we go. Hey, Corrido. Welcome, man. Good to see you.
Grumpy one who was
Oops.
on peace and quiet. Yeah, I haven't seen him playing golf today. He must be in a good mood.
Don't tempt fate.
Why isn't he dying already?
My neighbor was like, I know he on what did you do? Kicked his door in, put a gun in his face.
Didn't I poison the... I didn't poison the food. You dum-dum. How are you? I'm doing well. I am playing user contracts. So if you have them, you can use exclamation bar Q to give them to me. And yeah, that should work out.
So are you telling me I can't do my job?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ingram gave specific instructions. No noise of any kind.
What if I do him first? Goodbye. Oh, that's not good because I need to be the chef. You idiot.
So
are you telling me I
Okay.
can't do my job?
Thank you.
Burrito just redeemed applause.
Yeah, it's not really deserved at this moment, but okay.
Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding?
Striker! You'll die if you don't.
You'll die! You'll die for this. Okay. It worked before, so we can do it again. Should be no problem. Just relax. Don't let this get to you, man. Calm and smile. Calm and smile. I have a clip from this level on my channel where a car was eating the plate attached to the food. He was picking it up. Okay. The plate was attached to the food he was picking up. Okay.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer for perfection.
Oh, something just crawled inside of me and died. Oh, God, I feel sick.
Oh, you need to change your grollies after that.
Okay. Just wait for the good chef to get in here. The famous chef. Yeah, you know he's really famous. There we go. Yeah, the game, sometimes they have glitches, they're hilarious. Most of them are not really game breaking. Some are, but yeah. What can you do, right? Like Wanga said before, I'm amazed how well this game works with all that shit that's going on all the time. Poison it. There we go. Special sauce. And now ring my bell. Ring my bell. Wasn't there one upstairs? Yes. Let's get rid of him first. So that we don't have to go back up again.
Hey!
Okay. If I don't remember, but there was another time where he wouldn't stop orating into his recorder and just kept going as he was on his route. Okay. Yeah, there was also a time when the in Mendoza when you the guard that's in the bathrooms, if you choked him out, he would keep mumbling. It was also funny. It was also very weird. Okay, he's going to eat, so that leaves just this one. Switching charge. Okay, let's get him out of here. Okay, Mr. Carl Ingram, have a good eat. I'll just go fetch the keys in case the chopper is the exit. Oh, I thought there was only one exit. Was I mistaken? Sometimes if they were smoking, when you knock them out, the smoke still keep coming out of them. I've had Alexa Carlisle and the butler get stuck in a conversation loop. Yeah, yeah, sometimes there's so many things. Oh, why didn't he die of consumed poison? He died of consumed poison, so why isn't it not consumed poison? Is that the wrong consume poison? Should I take the pills? Was it food or drink? Consumed poison. So it doesn't... I don't think there's a difference, and I don't think he drinks. Because this is the obvious... Why would you not be the chef if you don't poison his food? Let's try that again. Picture's literally a vial, yeah, but I think that's just a standard picture. I don't think there's a separate picture for pills or vials, so... Last time I tried the vial, so maybe now try the pills. I don't know. I don't know if there's a difference.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to...
I feel cold. Now I feel warm again. Now.
Okay.
Do I need these? I don't know.
Ah, really?
That was a swoop. Okay. Does he drink from one of the things over there, by the way? Does Carl drink from this? No, this is the chef's thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Poison. He drinks up where you start, right? Does he? Yeah, but you have to wait till he gets up there and you have to serve him, I think. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, get up there perhaps.
No more circus moves.
Why can't I climb up? Man, it would be faster if I just climbed up. Okay, push. Goodbye.
What? Huh?
Hey dude, how you doing? No, man. Where are you? You're over there. Okay. Okay. There's Mr. Ingram, he's sitting down, okay. See, he's eating, he's dying. And by the sound of it, it wasn't the right one. See, that's so weird. He eventually comes up to where I start, but then I have to like. Yeah, I'd have to serve whiskey, and then poison. Yeah, but that takes forever for him to get up here. Let's see if he eventually gets up there and the other dudes does it for him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ingram.
See if that works.
Instructions, no noise of any kind. He's working, he doesn't want to be disturbed.
I get the radio. If I don't back it, I'll get
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer.
Oh, what was the thing I drank? Or ate? Either way, it's coming up.
I take the coins. I don't know why, but I do. Let's hope Mr. Ingram goes up there and... because why would I serve it there as this master chef? I'm not a drinks guy. It's gotta be a bug, right? Because otherwise I'm just bound to the speed he gets up here, so... yeah. Do it up there, yes. Just avoid struggling with the getting up the railing. And now he doesn't care anymore because I am not the other dude. Yes. Okay, cool, he's gone. You go flying. Bye bye.
Looking good today, sir.
Get rid of the handyman here. Poison him in whiskey. Yeah, I poisoned the whiskey. Okay. Oh, he didn't get seen, so I probably don't need to drag him away. Now he might be seen, so drag his ass over here. Keys to the exit. He's just standing there. Not trespassing here, by the way. Oh, he's overlooking the things over there. Yeah, see, he's over here.
Only a fool would assume that power can be kept by only a few good men. Well, and women. We might be a chessmen. We are our chess pieces about. Like all the great chess masters of our time, patience is the key. This is the fundamental rule when recruiting. Lane, I would like to share a story.
I wonder. I'm just seeing what he does because it's fucking annoying that he doesn't die by eating the poison I gave him, and then it's not counting as consumed poison.
Signs of great intelligence and inventiveness. Something that no one noticed. Yeah. Now, thanks to.
Is he going here? Is he drinking something over here? Maybe this?
I'll get issued one. Jeffrey Hart, believing he could make something of it. myself.
It's
That's
easy.
enough for now.
Two of us are
Because there's a whiskey
up here
here.
below, by the card reader. We get an alert.
Let's see if he drinks that, so maybe that helps.
Lockdown.
What if the other guard is using the bathroom?
Well, it's timed. So if that should happen, I should be able to run down and activate the other swipe as well.
I'm just gonna sit over here. Yeah, see, this takes forever.
Happy to not be at work
And
tomorrow. Sounds like a
it's
lot
on.
running around.
What we're paid to do.
Yeah, and it'll probably
And
never happen.
Jeffrey excelled. Lo and behold, he started to gain, what do they call them? Scholarships. Soon to be admitted into schools that his parents could not afford, and everyone believed that it was due to his brilliance, you know, but that fate had dealt him such a generous hand. Now, this was partially true, except fate is not abstract. It's tangible. It's handed to you as a gift from Mount Olympus. Not that.
There's no poison here,
so
right?
are you a cook or a chef?
Because
or is there a difference, really?
I can get, if I have kill him, I can get in here. Oh, he was found, by the way. That's weird. Oh, he just drank this. Okay. It takes forever, though.
Okay, rolling. Now, after
So maybe poison this glass then?
with full honors,
But
Jeffrey
it takes
wanted
5
to-
minutes. Let's see how long it takes for him to get over if I poison the... if I just ring the bell. Does he? I don't think he goes up there. Okay. Okay.
Smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
No, make way! I'm going to the bathroom. Make
I'm
way!
going to the bathroom. Make way. If you turn on the radio, he'll move because he's annoyed, right? So he won't sit and yap as long. Okay, but will he then sip the? Because I don't want to be near him when he dies. I want to be at the exit when he dies. And if I turn it on earlier, maybe one of the staff will turn it off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it. Oh. Whoop. Changeo presto. Presto changeo. Okay, let's get the other dude first. I don't have to come up here again. Okay. Now take care of the
Yeah, you know the guy's grumpy one, always wants peace and quiet.
handyman over here. Yes. Zip. I saw a body bag here earlier, so I am dragging him over here just to be sure that they don't find him when I do this. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, Wolf.
You gotta get swifty.
Now,
You gotta get swifty in here.
over here.
It's time to get swifty.
Let's see, the whiskey over here, poison.
Briefing on the lockdown drill tomorrow?
I got it. I'll get issued one tomorrow.
So the radio, I guess that's this radio.
It's easy. Two of us are stationed up here and below.
Yeah, she's going to just turn that off.
Both swipe our cards. Bingo. Lockdown.
What if the other guard is using the bathroom?
Well, it's time. So if that should happen, I
Now we'll just have to wait 2.5 minutes for Carl to get up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks so much for follow, Craig. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday, man.
It's time to get
Hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay, let's get up here. And then... And boom. There we go. Let's go down there. Retrieve the keys. While I'm up here. Okay. He's walking along with his dictaphone. Yeah, just making sure I use the poison. Now we just wait for him to drink his whiskey. And oh, of course, he's gonna sit down first. Well. If you say he gets annoyed... Maybe we can do something about that. Don't want to be seen by either of these guys, so... Well...
Are you kidding me? I specifically asked for no noise.
I specifically asked for no noise. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't walk away and just go sipping his whiskey. Nope. When you annoy him, he goes away and doesn't drink his whiskey. Oh, my leg's asleep. I gotta sleep differently. Oh, that's a bummer. Where the hell is he?
Trust. We were lured by the serpent of the Garden of Eden and ate from the apple, like the fools we were. So trust no one. I cannot emphasize that enough. Don't trust anyone. That's enough for now.
Yeah, so do not make him annoyed because he doesn't drink from the whiskey then. Bummer. And then he goes over there. Okay. Okay. One last time. Just don't mess with him. So the... yeah, there's no real... Unless I can somehow trigger him down below to leave his thing early, but yeah, that's a bit tricky.
So are you telling me I can't do my job?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ingram gave specific instructions. No noise of any kind.
Don't think I can trick him into leaving earlier.
Is it nearly done?
Oh, something just crawled inside of me and died. Oh, God.
Okay.
Sick.
Oh, you need to change your grollies after that.
You need to change your grollies after that. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, give me your outfit. Good. Okay. Oh. Good. I almost thought I accidentally pushed the button for him to come up for the food.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, he's gonna see the dude. Okay.
Huh? What the heck was that?
Okay. Yeah, I had to distract him, otherwise he would have seen me through the window. So that's what happened earlier.
Whoa. What the hell was that?
Okay. Shoot here. Because they bring the dead body of the dude that fell down. They're bringing him over here. So just making sure they don't find him.
You on duty tomorrow?
Yeah.
Little pills, okay. I don't even have to hurry because it takes until like 5 minutes until he's up there. 5.5 minutes, something or other.
What?
Shh. You didn't see a thing. Keys. Okay. He's still standing there. Oh my god. I wonder if I go down here, if I can disrupt him somehow. Somehow speed him up, make him stop gazing over the stuff, because I can go down this stairwell.
A place where the intelligent and the strong
And
can
then
prosper. But,
go here. And then maybe toss a coin or something so that it disrupts him. But I'm afraid if I do that, his sequence gets reset, so he starts staring out over the void again, and it's all delayed, so it's always a bit of a gamble what to do with that. And now we just wait. Let's go see. Oh. Let's be a fly on the wall here. Yeah, I have a free cam mod installed, so I can freely move my camera around.
So, it's our duty to keep the world in check, to make sure the engine runs smoothly and not dissolve into anarchy. And that might sound harsh, but it is our fundamental belief that the masses must be guided, as they are incapable of guiding themselves. However, these ideals could be misinterpreted as some form
He's a
of
madman.
dictatorship, and this is where I beg to differ. We
It's
are anything
exclamation
but,
mark
which is also why
Q.
it is imperative that
It's any, but
we,
yeah,
the partners,
chat is not
maintain
going that hard, so
clandestine
I can
approach.
just copy that.
The
Tiny
masses
Zone 196,
like to be led,
169.
but the trick is to fool them into thinking that they're not.
Okay, that's enough for now.
Or Chewie up, yeah. Okay. Okay.
I don't think she likes the special sauce, Rick.
Okay. Yeah, now it works. Okay. Okay, I wonder how much it's 611, 612, 624. Yeah, see, we're all just waiting for him to get up there and drink. It's so stupid that the consume poison doesn't work for the food. It's so weird. Otherwise it would be done in half the time. Oh well. We got it done. We got it done.
Duh. Winning.
Yeah, it depends on how soon he comes up, I guess. Okay. Let's find Chinese. What if I just search for 169? Can I find it then? Tiny Some 169. There we go. Checking contract search if there's another type of poison like Eton or something. Well, you can specify, I think, yeah, you can say consume poison and just poison. And you can also poison them with a needle, but then you have to, then it's the injected poison, I think. So yeah. Gah. Okay. That's interesting. Explosion accident. Okay. On Haven. I have no idea what this dude is. Yeah, injected. Yeah, you can also specify that. So, but consume poison is consume poison. I don't think you can specify drink or eat. Okay, so where the hell is this dude? Since he's wearing an outfit, I'm starting at the restaurant. First scout where he is. He could also be in a mansion, but I'm not sure if there's a cook right there. Oh, right. Okay, where is he?
Here we go again.
Oh.
Ooh, I love them. I must remember
Wow.
to grab one.
Let's see.
Yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah. Shrimps. Anyways,
Okay, it's him.
behavior, stating that he is an expert on lobsters, and that I should just be honest.
Would someone go see what the funk that was?
What the funk that was.
Okay. You are invading my personal space, sir.
Hey, somebody try to be fun.
Man. Huh?
Easy, man.
Live a little. Yeah.
God! Shit! Hey, you! Somebody had it!
Missing range. How much gas do you need? But that is the explosion accident that we're looking for. Okay. The non-target wanders out of this room on his own. Yeah, that's not good enough. Replan mission. Okay. There's no way to get start any closer, right? No, this is the closest start I can get. Okay, cool. Then I will make him leave. Let's see. Get the seeker out. Get the micro taser out. Good. Well, I can just take a remote taser and do it like that. Okay. Hey, dude.
Do we need an ambulance or a hearse? Mister, who are you again? You insane!
Okay. Wait, why am I red gunned? Wait.
Watch your step. There could be more surprise. Affirmative.
It killed the dude up here.
Still looking. No
And
sign of
here.
confirmed.
What the fuck? Because I blew this up? The entire upper floor exploded? What?
Yes, command. Confirmed. Clearing house. Over.
Whoa. Replan. Okay. Let's get him out of here. Melly. This game is silly, yeah, man. I love it. Welcome, show me. Happy Thursday. So I think we can get rid of these bozos.
Okay. Here we go again. Oh. Hey, pick that up. What are you, 6 years old?
I feel horrible.
Uh-huh.
That's typical.
Ah, fuck. IOI, if you're watching, I need a way to not lock onto the head. This game, man, sometimes when you try to lock on their head, it's nearly impossible, and then sometimes you don't want it most of the time, and then it just locks onto their heads. Okay, that should work.
You can't throw that.
Oh.
Yes, they're leaving. Okay, cool.
Oh, I don't think this is good at all.
Hey?
Can you please fuck off, dude?
You shouldn't be drinking if you can't hold your liquor.
Okay, rack this. Drop this. Okay. Let's blow this joint. There we go. Get out of here.
Duh. Winning.
There could be more explosions incoming.
Do. Good. Good. There we go. Number 3. What? $22 seconds. 45 seconds. A quart stun I have seen before. Springfield. How do you do this in 22 seconds? So you kill him in 22 seconds, including getting to the exit. How? possibly put a... But even that will take them away. If I like say take this. If I put that above him, that doesn't mean an accidental explosion, right? Does it also work the reverse way?
Okay,
Because he's over there. Well, that killed me, and it didn't kill the dude downstairs. That's not an accidental explosion, right? No. And he's out already. How the hell is he doing this? Now the dude's upstairs also dead or what? Yeah. I have no idea how he does that. I just can't think of a way, man, to get an accidental explosion on that dude alone without getting them away, but that takes time. And then the other one has to leave, which also takes time. How do you get an accidental explosion on that dude? Can you like plant? No, because then it will take the... No, I have no idea. Just speedrunners, man. They're a different breed. A different breed indeed. Let's see, do I have... No, I have nothing in the queue. Does anybody else have a contract they want me to take a look at? Otherwise, I will get one from... get one from the queue. Give me a second, I need to respond to something. Okay. I heard somebody say something. Seeker the guy, shoot the pipe, throw the taser. I don't know how to exit fast enough. No, exactly. But it is. I don't think so because the second guy I know he's legit. First guy I don't know, but speedrunners have their tricks, man, to get everybody out. Maybe they panic the guys above. That could also be a thing. Panic them so they run away. And then I'll show you. Game modes, contract. Oh, need sniper session. Not freelancer. My history. Tiny zone. I wonder if this will work. If I do a breaching charge. This. Just this. I can get the dudes upstairs to go away. That's not a real problem. It's oh. It's just the dude that's next to the dude. I need him to move far enough away so that he isn't affected.
Okay, here we go again.
So they would fuck off then. I hope. And if I then put this over here.
Is doing something stupid that I don't want him to. Jesus, that was a big one. Let's move in and take a look. Stop!
See, but it's already almost 30 seconds to get to the exit then. I wonder how that works. I can take a little bit of my time by not waiting for them to fuck off. Oh, they already saw me do that.
Oh, you gotta do something. It's just, it's too gruesome to get my head around.
Man is about to go postal. Oh?
Any description on the possible suspect?
What was up with that disguise?
Please step aside. I'll handle this.
Command?
Yeah. That didn't work. He's coming outside. Okay, so how do I prevent people from seeing me shoot up the place? That sounds a bit weird, but okay.
Here we go again.
Hello?
I need some help here.
Please, you need to leave now. Oh, God. For your own safety. This shit's all messed up. Do something, please. Okay, calm down. What happened? Tell me.
Calm down, Demolition Man.
This is seriously bad. Do something, man. Hey, okay, leave it to the pros. What are you trying to say?
Non-target killed. Okay, who got killed this time? Him, okay.
Proceeding to next sector.
He was still upstairs, so he was fucked up. Okay. Ah, they saw that. Okay, so since I don't need this, what about I'm afraid the guys upstairs will see that, or will, downstairs will go away because of that. Let's see, this one is a flash duck, right? Yeah. All I want to do is get rid of them, basically. No! Stupid thing. They don't care, okay.
You better start concentrating on what's going on around here.
Oh my God. Find some place safe. Hey, now! Hey, you should be doing your job. Hey, you. What seems to be the problem? Things are just blowing up. Everyone should get out of here. I'll look into it. Command, you there? Don't go away, guys. Get ready.
Why the fuck did he die over here? It's already taken too long. Fire alarm, yeah. Okay.
I would strongly advise you to leave the area. I need help! Something's up. What is it?
Someone is setting off explosions.
Thank you. I'll check it out.
Come on. Ah! It's taking too long. They both walked over for some reason. Yeah, I think I broke his cycle so that he... Okay, let me try one time, because this is just a very short one. But dropping the ducky works. The guys downstairs don't get freaked out, so that's also good. But still, man, 22 seconds.
Oh, thank God I found you. I need some help here. Leave the area! Leave the area! Go! Go!
Move, move, move. Ah, the wrong one is going. Crap. Oh, and I killed somebody. Oh, it's because the investigators were up there.
Please, please, help me! You gotta help! Leave the area in an orderly fashion, please. Oh my God. I'm glad to see you. Please, you gotta come and help. We need to secure the area.
Ah, fuck.
I think someone's playing with some real serious fireworks.
So close. Who died here? Nobody died here.
Command.
And down here, he's the only one that died. I don't understand. Who died? Who's the extra dude that died? Because here nobody extra died. No. The dude just left. Okay. Let's go upstairs.
I would strongly advise you to leave the area. Please, you need to leave now.
Oh, here dude died. What? How the hell? See, those two were gone. That's so weird. Okay, I'll just give it one more try and then move over. Man, I wanted to close the door, but you get into the stupid box. They're the same key. I hate that they're the same key. Could make it R or something for I don't know, there's the key next to it. Okay, everybody fuck off.
Hey, I need your help. We need to secure the area.
Wake
I
up!
need you to get as far away as possible.
Please help! Help me! Hey, there are explosions. Be careful.
Okay, step back. I'll go and check.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get 22, so yeah, we'll just take this. Didn't he die? He just got knocked out. Oh, fuck it. I'll just take my time. It's okay. Okay, next contracts. Let's see. Let's find out some. Let's pick one from the from Manga's contract ID list. Let's see. Monday contracts. Oh, we're still missing Tuesday, but Shrimp will get to it. Above or below, I just did that one. Pingin was by Sad Games. Ooh, that can be. Sad Games makes tricky contracts. Where's this then? Oh, okay. Ambrose. Pistol, sniper rifle, whatever. Unarmed sniper rifle. Okay. Oh, somehow I already have a sniper rifle in my outfit. Okay, in my thing. I have a pistol and whatever. Where the fuck is this dude? Oh, is he the one that's walking up and down the pier? Near the camp, near Aka's camp, whatever her name is. All shots must be... do not change your starting outfit. Okay. Can be any disguise, but I can't change. Let me start over here. Or are they near the shrine, these first two? These three might be near the shrine. Unless they're all the way over there. Yeah, see, that's the dude I was thinking it was. Okay. What was your poison? Your thing? It's... Oh, you're Annie. And I need to be...
Uh-huh.
Whatever, man.
What is his problem? Unarmed. Oh boy. Yeah, I can't come over here.
You can't just wander in here. It's a restricted area, you know.
Little delay.
Hey,
So show me just how this is.
Hey,
Right now.
Okay, so that's how we take care of them. Can I... Snap them from here?
We know what will happen to them. If I don't have the right to say anything, because they don't do it. Maybe sure he's got to make a call. No one is concerned. Just always something should stay for
Is he even sniper? Yeah. Can't even see his feet from here. doesn't even reach. Oh my god, they're all the way over. Oh, in the colonial ruins. Let me think about this. So not over here. What if we start over here, but then... Oh. I can start as a cook in a militia camp. And I'm close to the ruins. Can I... pick that up in the colonial ruins? Don't need this. What would I put in here? Let's see. Oh, this is a tricky one. I don't see the solution right off the bat.
You gotta wonder if that portable antenna.
Let's see. The drop is all the way over there. I gotta go up, up, up.
Hold up to any extreme weather.
Ah, I don't wonder at all.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going?
She's not
Oh, and I can't even get there.
I bet Crest is wishing
Get
he
out of
bought
my
new ones
face.
for this trip. I don't think anyone expected to need it up 24/7 to maintain calm.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Power supply over yesterday. It took me a couple minutes longer than normal. Just as I'm hooking it all back up to the Crest coming for me.
Oh, I bet he let you have it.
He sure did. That guy doesn't unclench for a second. Say what?
Man, there's something weird. I'm gonna go check.
Ah, he didn't. The fuck, man.
What?
Man, yeah. It was nothing.
Played above below. Yeah, I did. I played above below. Can you basically... Oh, I can just go here. I never knew that. Can I just... No, I can't. Okay. I gotta get in there, and my sniper rifle is even one level up. Oh my god. Where the fuck is my rifle? All the way over there? What? No way.
Hey, you don't go any further. Ah, you fuck. I lost sight of suspect.
Oh, it's here.
What? Where did he go? I could have sworn.
Come in. Anybody there? Come in. Looks like we got trouble on our hands. Don't know what yet.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Then we get in here. Okay.
Hey, you. What seems to be the problem here? Someone's causing trouble.
Can I, like, get you to come out here? Yeah, I know I'm red gunned, but I'm just... Oh, boy.
Central. Nothing.
The lockpick would probably be handy to get through these gates. Then we'll lure him in here. Why is he question marking over here? Surprise, motherfucker. So that could be good. This is really fucking me up. So you have to sneak into that whole thing over there. Oh. And it's not like I can start as one of these guards. Oh, there's a smuggled item, hold on. Pirate worker camp. Start over here. Get him and get him. Because they are in this sniper rifle area where I need to pick it up here. Unless I can pick it up somewhere closer. Because there's a pickup. Oh, I can pick it up here. Because the dude I need to kill with my bare hands is right there. The sniper rifle, you idiot. Okay. So instead of this, maybe take a bone pick. Okay. It's Q, Jenny. Exclamation mark Q, and then your numbers. Okay.
Sir, hey! This area is restricted, you idiot!
Yeah, and don't call me an idiot. Oh, bro. Okay. Alright, it's alright. Okay, that was my unarmed dude. Then there was, oh, I need to get the other dude. Don't even remember what's in there. Shotgun. Oh, I'm just gonna push him into the ocean. But even if he's found, that will not be a problem. Zero spatial awareness. Okay. Now we need to get to the ruins. Oh, what about this dude? Oh, I need another. Oh wait. Where is my stash? It's right over there. I forgot to pick up my stash.
You know what Gopo said to me?
Not necessarily.
Do you know what Goku said to me? Did he really say that? Okay. Okay. He's good. Let's get to the village. So where are you? Over here. Why the hell can't I get through that? Oh, brother.
Hard day for you, I bet.
Oh. Anyone there?
I
eyebrows unseen.
Oh.
Sir, can't leave that here.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Huh? Oh, crap. Little
Keep
dizzy
your
here.
distance.
He needs to go to the toilets right over there, sir.
Don't forget to keep your hair back.
I'm amazed I didn't make anybody else sick, so that's good.
Thank you so much.
I'll just go here. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, cowboy. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday.
You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty.
Come on. Okay. Okay. Got that, and then I got my briefcase. Good. Now I need to get to the temple. All the way over there and all the way over there. They're fucking far apart. Where the fuck is he? Oh, he's on the bridge. So I need to get to the shrine. Oh, okay.
It's not a good place for
Shrine first, but that is the pistol guy, I think. Is that pistol? Yeah.
I feel so stuck. I think I was going to sleep on the
Yeah. I'll go this way. Get my feet wet. Get my feet wet. Get up there. Yes. Just going back out over the... Question is, where do I hide this asshole? I shoot him. I push him down here. Dude there will probably see him.
Jeez! Command, please acknowledge. Come in, command. All right.
Crap. Yeah, he heard my pistol shot. That was not... That was not handy. Oh, will he get... I need to see what the other ones do. Oh, he's alerted. Okay. What I wanted to do is drop him in the bushes over there, so that the other dude wouldn't see him. Okay. Needs to calm down, sir.
Nothing at my position.
I do have coins. The other dude is leaving. Okay, that's good. Dude, fuck off.
Nothing here. Returning to post. Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Good, he's fucked off. Go into the bushes right there. Oh. Gotcha. Oh. Briefcase. Where the fuck is my briefcase? Oh. It's in my hand. I didn't see. Oh, wait. I need to go past him. Okay. Is perfect shooter on or no? No. Also, it's fired and NPCs must be Headshot. So that means I can. Oop.
Man, we have some weird noises. I'll have a look around.
Here we go. Oh, now he's coming back. Crap.
Central, we're all good here. Out.
I can't just knock him out, right? And if I just drag him over here, nobody's gonna look over that, so then he is out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Now I just need to get to the other side of the ruin without being spotted. If I go down here, there's a wall here I cannot get through, so need to somehow. Can you get in here? Can I get? Don't tell me that's the dude that needs to be sniped. Where the fuck is he? Yeah, if I snipe him here, dude will see. Can I like get him from somewhere over there? No. I need to get in there somehow. Get past these dudes. Oh, this is tricky.
Anyone will snitch to Crest, it's him. He's such a brown noser.
Well, then what's your plan? I don't think Shu's gonna come back to life if we just wait him out long enough.
Of course not.
What happens if I do this?
All we have to do is act like we think he's asleep. Then...
Oh. Yeah, Command, there's some kind of fracas down here.
He's going in there. Fuck. Shake that ass, bitches, let me see what you got. Well, welcome, welcome. Hey, Rick Dangerous, enjoying your ban. Yeah. Yeah, apparently I got banned for harassment just because I was saying, hey dude, it's not cool to restream other people's content. Yeah, nothing came of that, of course. And surprise, surprise, the other dude got banned. Okay. Welcome, man. And thank you, in everybody. Dark Matter, welcome for the raid, man. Thank you for the raid, I mean. Welcome in. That was so funny, yeah. It was, they were just being dumb. Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm playing contracts. So if you have any contract, just queue them up. And I will take a look at them. Right now I'm playing one from Sad Games. Picked that one up from Manga's Discord. But yeah, I'm trying to get through it. Saw that dude also was a partner streamer. Yeah, he was. And he got perma.
Hello there.
And now he's perma-banned. Hey, Kaiser. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Well, he's perma-banned. So Yeah, unless he does something to get back good with Twitch, he's gone for now. Hey Dark Matter, welcome. Thank you, man. I'm good. I am well. Permaband, yeah, it was. I saw his Twitter feed, and he posted a screenshot where it said he was permabanned. So yeah, if you look for his username on Twitter, you can find his feed, and then it's one of its latest post, or one of his latest posts at least. So yeah, and if I look in the comments of that feed, nobody's really sad about it. So I guess he was a douchebag. Okay, so I guess he got what was coming to him. How the hell am I going to do this? Can I get him to go over to there?
Command, thought I heard something. Checking it out, over.
Can he piss upstairs, please? Piss off upstairs, please? Yes! Oh, goody, 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 goody. He's pissing off upstairs, okay. You come over here. Okay, drop that over here. Where is my briefcase? Over here. Okay, cool. Now. Bop. Here we go. Drop that over here. Now we need to get out of here, of course. Let's do the reverse. Oh, he's not yet back. Okay, cool.
You're trespassing.
Fuck me! Fuck me!
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It's a raid and run, but I need to make some noise. Sure, man. Dark Matter, I totally understand. Go wind down, go eat something, and thank you for trusting your audience with me. Hopefully I can be as entertaining as you were. I'm not a speedrunner, but yeah, it's, yeah. We're trying to get through the stuff here. You found him? Yeah, it's not the exact name, he has an extra letter or something, and he doesn't have the one, but the thing, but... Yeah, he's, they were calling us kids, these COD streamers, man. I don't know why they are the way they are. Okay. Let's go grab this ass white.
Wow.
Okay. Grab your ass and put it here. Okay. Grab my sniper rifle. Okay, at least I'm not trespassing, but this dude doesn't like me. Okay. Now I need him to walk somewhere.
I'm afraid you don't have the right clearance. Sorry.
Is this about the guy that was restreaming Shrimpies match? Yeah, and Manga's after that. And Manga explained he was probably doing that for the sponsorships from Twitch and such, because he was also, he just changed the category and trying to stream in that while he was not online, so. And because that has monetary value attached to it, that's probably why Twitch banned him, because that's basically fraud. So I think that's how they handle that, but yeah, I'm not sure. And of course, The question is how permanent is permanent on Twitch, because I've seen so many of these lady streamers, let's call them, that are
Open the durians outside! Huh?
that are like banned for a few days and have 10 bans while the maximum is normally 3, so
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Oh, crap. Hey, is someone playing fix?
If the person isn't a lady, we will be fine. Yeah, it's a dude. Oh my god. Please come over here. Not you. No, no, no.
Do I feel special?
Oh, is he gonna puke in the corner right here? Oh, fuck me. Did anybody hear that? No? Good. We're fine. Almost forgot my sniper rifle. Okay. Let's go that way. Now, we need to get up there.
Hello there, sir.
Hello, 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 hello. So, this person isn't too hard, but we need to make sure I don't freak him out again by shooting the bushes. Just throw in a coin, which I have plenty of, or the screwdriver. Then we should be fine. He's just standing there. He's just standing there, menacingly. Hey dude, no, I don't have any interest. No. No, no. I'm not into biochemistry at all. Hello. I would shoot you here, but if I drop you down here, the dude that walks down there will see you. And I don't like you either. There's no bushes for you to hide you over there. Where are you going? How far are you going in? Oh, there's coins right here. There's no bushes for you to disappear into. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, let's get his freak out over with. Let's get some coins out. Need him to come back.
Central? Nothing. Just a damn waste of time. Standing down.
Fuck me. Now he is, of course, here. And he walks off again. What was the other objective? Just headshots and... okay. So what if I do this?
Jeez. What was that?
Command, I just heard a weird noise. I'm moving in to investigate.
Okay, so I don't need this.
In bird culture,
Let's drag
this is
his
considered
cult
a dick move.
Thank you for the lurk, Canadianator. Go do what you need to do. Thank you for hanging out. What's over here? I can just drop that over here. That's my briefcase. Yes. Okay, so I'll do the same for him. I'll just coin him in here. He's oblivious because he's obsessed with his shoes while he's standing in water, so he's an idiot. It's just an idiot. Come on over, dude. Yes, I know I can shoot him there and push him over, but I'm afraid the dude that walks down there sees his body and then it's gonna freak out. And I don't need that right now. Huh?
Yeah, me here. Just checking out.
I could
sound.
probably just shoot him and him not seeing it, but yeah. Am I gonna take that risk? Not right now. Pop. Okay. Probably need my coin, but I'm not really sure. Gold coin. Okay. I can just sneak around. Yes. Okay, go, 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 go. Just picking up shit I can throw. Okay.
Currents there could be a problem.
Ooh.
But if the weather's clear...
Okay. We're clear here. Oh, he's walking out. Okay, good, 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 good. That's good. So I can lure him over yonder.
Say what?
Okay, everything's good.
Okay. We're in. Now. Can I get you to come over here, sir?
What?
Command, something ain't right down
He's
here.
being pretty quiet.
Stand by while I
Wish
investigate.
all prisoners were this cooperative.
Oh, are you kidding me? They're both coming here.
Beautiful.
Okay. Sniper. Up. I don't think anybody comes down here, but I just want to make sure I'm not getting any bodies found. Okay, cool. So, drop this. I don't need that anymore. I could use the briefcase maybe to distract somebody. He's not coming down here, right? No. Okay. Let's just reverse the way we came. Okay. So far, so good. There we go. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we didn't need the briefcase after all. Very nice. A long ass contract though.
Are you into Bible?
Let's exit over here. Okay, just make sure we're not getting caught when we're in the cabin.
Feel like this isn't really your life at all? That we
This
should
one.
still act like our ancestors?
There we go. Got it. Okay. Well, let's see. Somebody, Chenny did all those. So I'm just gonna go with the latest one, Chenny. Like I said, if you want to add something to the queue, I have a queue. Let's see. Works the same way. Enter. Enter. Number 2 on the globals, not too shabby. Let's see. If he in 3/5. Holy shit. And then there's me. And the rest. They had the same idea. Oh my god. Yeah, it's alright, Jenny. I'll take this one. I have already copied it. You don't need to add that to the queue anymore. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do the queue from now on. Same way other streamers do. So okay, game modes, contracts. Let's see what you've cooked up. Hitman Horsey and the Second Coming Hokkaido. Oh, that's Agent Smith. Okay, he's on ice with a pistol. Okay. Iridescent katana. Do not change your starting disguise. Okay. So let's start in the morgue. Can I pick that thing up in the morgue or no? And then the iridescent katana. I have that. Here it is. Okay. Let's see what the what outfit are we gonna take?
Groovy.
Freelancer, the golden contender. Okay. Freelancer, the golden contender. Okay. Let's see. So pistol. Yeah. Thrown weapon, katana, and the rest is up to us. Okay. I probably don't need this. Just take some coins, and I don't need this. Maybe. Although, can I just take like a remote taser for one of these two dudes? Don't know where he is though, but we'll start here. Let's see what goes on. What goes on in the night? Wait for the dude to cut out his clipboard. There we go.
So, you're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about medical trial?
Oh, so it is. The guy had a renewed offering.
Missing key card. Who the fuck has this key card?
It's me. Are the final details in place?
Okay, let's get rid of this. He doesn't have a key card. Do the doctors have the key card or not?
There are only so many years left in the old man, after all.
Okay.
Now what's going on?
What? No! Stop doing that!
Okay. Bob. Do any of you have key cards? No. Okay. Does the dude that's in there have a key card? Smith key card. The only one is at the director's office or the key hack. Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to find out. Yeah, okay. Replan, that means, yeah, I'm not gonna take a coin, I'm gonna take a key hack. There we go. Was hoping one of the staff here would have a key card, but yeah, I guess I'll have to give up a spot.
So, you're the curator's research
Right.
aide, right? Let me guess.
Let's go
You
here.
wanna know about the medical trial?
Oh wait, I can just... Sorry, Mr. Smith.
It's me. Are the final details in place? He was very handsomely rewarded. Not that he fully understood the rarity of the voice.
Jeez!
Poor.
JHQ, this is Alpha 6.
Ah, crap. Why did they hear that so good? The giveaway entry's over. No, I that's a good reminder. I need to start a giveaway. That's a good one. Let's see. What do I have to give away today? But this one, no, it's my. I need to go to my IOI account, my creator account. It's not this. It's over here. Over here. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh the page. View campaigns. Let's see. Oh, open up my administration because I need to track what I already have used. Let's see. Just over here. No. Too much crap open in my editors. Okay, here we go. I've given 2 duckies away. Do I have a... That's the ducky banker. I don't have that. Oh, I have a key available for... Oh, I already gave that away. I have a banker. Okay, I have a Le Chiffre DLC available for Steam, Xbox, or PlayStation. Let's do that. So, Streamlabs giveaways over here. So that's banker. Let's open that for 15 minutes. Yes, open. Thank you very much. And then over here, type banker to have a chance to win the banker DLC. Okay, and I will pin that for like 15 minutes. And pin after 15 minutes. Okay, so you guys have 15 minutes to get in. No, it's not Trophy Duck, Golden Gat. It's Banker for the... I have more Trophy Ducks. I can do that after this, but yeah. For now, the Banker's DLC is
Let me guess.
up for grabs.
You want to know about the medical trial?
Oh, so it is true. The guys had a mood.
Okay. The problem probably is if I do this, then... Can I grab him? No. He will be spotted if I
Fully understood the rarity of the boy's magnificent heart, of course. Oh, that goes without saying. Remember the name? I do still wish we were able to put it into someone younger.
Yeah, this goes wrong.
Hey, you! You
Fuck.
wandering around?
Okay, so I need to do it the other way around. Let's see. So I throw it to him. But I need to wait till he's dragged out before I kill Agent Smith because... or I need to make... Oh. That was too quick. Wait for him to get his clipboard, then we can get up. Yes.
You're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess.
Okay.
You want to know about the medical trial?
Oh, so it is the guy.
Okay, so if I do it like this.
It's me.
Oh dear.
Are the final details in place?
And he still goes for it. What the f... This guy is a pain in the ass. No, 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 no. Ah, fuck. Man, I hate this start. Okay, you can't just go. You get... Let me go.
So, you're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about the medical trial?
Okay, so what if I do this then?
Our hearts are still beating. Huh?
He still goes out there. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck. I keep making the same mistake.
My brain is big and smart.
So,
okay.
You're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about the medical trial?
Oh, so it is the guy.
You go over there.
What?
It's me. Are the final details in place? Oh, he was very handsome. Whoa.
There we go. Now, he should put the body over there. If I'm right. Yes. I have to wait for him to pass Agent Smith. Oh, it just dumps it over there. Yeah, that'll do. Job's done. Oh, you're still gonna... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, fuck. Let go, please. Oh, what did I put in here? Oh, the iridescent katana. Okay. It's fucking off quite a bit.
Oh, holy shit. I thought I was gonna turn into a popsicle.
You, Mr. Smith.
Oh, that was not... Oh, bugger. Okay, so I need to knock him out before he gets here. Otherwise he will see the dead dude. Okay. We can do this. I should have left the something for him to see. Okay. Grab his ass. Put him in here. Nope. Do not turn on the incinerator. Because he doesn't need to die. Okay. There was no starting disguise change, right? No. Okay. Now. Oh, he's the gardener. He's outside. Okay. So I got this one, I got this one, at least 3. And Geoffroy de Pool. Is he in the garden here? No. Here then. He's in the restaurant. Okay. And the other one is all the way... Oh, he's in the exit. Oh, bugger. Okay, so I'm gonna give the other dude the a gun or something. That's not too bad. But this one is gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay.
Well, I don't know. But from a medical perspective,
Okay. Sleeping quarters. That's the wrong way. What's the best way to get up there? I'm always so lost in these cavernous things here. There's no way out here, no. Okay. Just want to get up, man. Okay, if he's looking the other way, I can go up there, sneak into the restaurant. Or maybe sneak here. Yes. Okay. Let's see. He's over here. What was your thing? Thrown weapon, iridescent katana. How the hell am I gonna get away with this? If I turn this off. Who's noticing that? Nobody? Okay.
Wonder what that was.
How about you show yourself?
How about we don't? Okay. Now, Mr. Restaurant Guy. How are we going to deal with you? He's just sitting there menacingly. You're anything. Okay.
How are you today, sir?
How about you fuck off, sir?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you through.
Oh.
She sees that. Who are you gonna give that to?
Someone seems to have left this. It's not mine.
Come. Central, you there? I think we got some joker messing about. Could you send that new guy down?
Oh.
Really? That's his name?
Mr. Jason Portman.
Anyway, tell him to haul ass, okay?
Please come to the hospital entrance. A doctor will escort you to your checkup.
That's just pure comedy.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
You to your appointment. Please proceed to the hospital entrance.
Sir?
Of course they will see that. Okay, hopefully they will go to this guy. They see the gun. Do they not see the gun? Hey, dude. Will he fuck off if it's a gun? I wonder. Oh, he's going.
I found something. I think it's a weapon.
Stand back, please. I will investigate.
Yes, sirree. Is that what I think it is?
Huh? What do you think that noise was? You should go see.
Yeah, whatever.
Excuse me. Could I ask you for some fugarol?
1,000 apologies, miss, but hospital administration has put a ban on pump station. There was a incident only last week. A kitchen apprentice took himself.
What was that noise?
Somebody left this thing. Could you take care of it?
Well,
Not in the mood for this right now.
The rules are the rules. I'm sure you understand.
I'm the lawyer. I see them.
You okay?
Why am I red gunned right now?
We need some help here to clean this mess up.
You should enjoy it and not worry about
Oh my.
what's going
Hey, Penny. Welcome, welcome.
Hang about!
Look out! It's super grand. Did they find one of the bodies or something? What the fuck? Why am I red gun? Nobody saw me shoot. Nobody's freaking out here. And yet I'm red gunned.
I can't really explain because
I don't understand. Oh, did they find the guy in the gardens? Let's go check. Oh, right. He found him. Yeah. Okay, so he's the last dude to go. Okay, that makes it clear.
Hey, so you're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want
Okay. Do this, do this. Open this. You go over there.
What? It's me. Are the final details in place?
You take that.
Oh, well, he was very handsomely rewarded. Not that he fully understood the remedy. Ah, of course. That goes without saying. I do still wish someone, well, younger, frankly. There are only so many. After all.
Yes, he's gonna.
Such is the nature of my art. I take and I give.
Happy Nearly Friday. Yeah, happy Nearly Friday. Yeah, it's Ascension Day, and that's a national holiday in my country, so I have the day off. And tomorrow I will be off too. So yeah, that's good. Get over here. Yoink. Well, that took a while to. It took a while to get yoinked. Okay. Thank you so much for the 11 months, Penny. Welcome. Glad to have you as always. And yeah, I saw that the timer ran out, so let's pick a winner for the Banker DLC. And then let's go. Okay, who's the winner? Boom. Knight is the winner. So send me a message or say something. For which platform do you want? For Steam, Xbox, or PlayStation? Yo.
Hello there.
PlayStation 5. Okay, so which region are you in? Are you in Americas, East Asia? Because you're in Europe. Okay, good. Then that should not be a problem. Let's see, PlayStation Europe. Okay. I have to make sure because I cannot, because they don't overlap, and yeah, otherwise you can't redeem it. But generating one for PlayStation Europe. Boink. There we go. Copy that, and I'm gonna send you a message. Let's see. A Twitch thing. Hey, why is it my... Oh, that's a different stream. That's whisper you. Yes. Proop. There you go. I whispered you the code for your PlayStation DLC. Let's see. Have I missed anything? No. Okay. Very good. You're welcome, man. It was randomly picked, but you're so welcome. Let's see. Let's get rid of the cameras while we're down here. Okay. Do not forget to pick up my katana over here. You bastard. Please don't see this dude. Just turn around. Okay. I'm not the assassin you're looking for. Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh, shall I start a ducky giveaway now? I do have one. I do have few available while we're here. Okay, so that is claimed. I've got trophy ducks available. So the 94 and the 74 were done. I've got this one available. Gonna put that up for auction. There we go. And then we will start a new giveaway. Where's my stuff? Over here. Reset. Yes. Ducky. Open giveaway. There we go. And then I will pin this message. Yes. Oh, 15 minutes. Okay. There we go. And where the hell was I? Oh, over here. Let's see. Which way do I go? Oh, right. I'm going this way. Random suit, aging.
Aging FPS just redeemed random suit.
Alright, Penny, I will do that as if I have to restart or for the next map. Okay, so no on him for now. Let's... oh yeah, him. So the problem is, how the hell do I... Oh, did I pick up... Oh, I did pick up the weapon. Okay.
I was in Tokyo, and I ate at this most wonderful restaurant. French food. It was fantastic. I mean, it was just like being back in one of my homes.
Did I pick up the... Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Sir, I just literally stumbled across a weapon. It's just lying there.
Wait right here. Okay,
Fuck, I don't have anything to throw.
This is not bad, is it? I wanted a room.
Come on. Kids could find it.
I heard that you can come out now. Okay, kids.
Okay, I'm gonna go and check out that scary noise. Go have a look, see.
Got him. Okay, so that leaves the dude down there. And the dude over there. Will I be able to get away with it if I shoot him, if I do him now? What the hell is that? Why do you guys have the same problem that sometimes your screen just dims for no reason? When you're moving to another area within the game?
What? Hey. All right, kids, you can come out. I heard it.
Yeah, you think that's a bug? Yeah, okay. So that's not just me then. Okay, cool. Let's get in here. I think we're fine as long as what's his name with the facial reconstruction doesn't go up there just too quickly. We can just
Ogenki deska.
Ogenki deska.
Client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation. Miss Yamazaki. You have a problem with me? If
No, I don't.
Back off.
Huh?
No.
Oh dear.
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation.
What?
What?
Is that a weapon?
Come on.
Friggin' amateurs.
Enjoy your death, asshole!
You didn't see that. You. Oh.
Jason
Why did he see that? Oh my god. That was dumb. That was so dumb. Okay, we can do this. We can do this.
So, you're the curator's research aide, right?
You're the curator's research aide, right? Okay, grab this. Got this down right now. You go over there.
It's me. Are the final
No,
details
you're not going.
Oh, well, he was very handsomely rewarded. Not that he fully understood the rarity of the boy's magnificent color before.
Oh, that goes without
Really
saying.
check that out.
I do still wish we'd be able.
Fuck. God damn it. It always works until it doesn't. That's the... Oh, fuck me. Again. They got me again.
Hey, so you're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about
Okay.
Oh, so it is.
Grab this. So I probably threw it too far for him to go after it. So... Oh, maybe here then.
Huh?
It's me.
Oh,
Whatever.
be a buddy and see what that was all about, would you?
Okay. Can the striker shoot through that? That's the question. Because if that would happen, that would be cool. Why is he going in here? And he's just watching that. Can he just fuck off, please? Why are you still watching this, dude? What the fuck? Oh, he went over to that guard because he saw the gun. Ah, the game makes sense when it does sometimes. Oh, stop spamming the spacebar. You'll be fine. Right.
Hey, so you're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about medical trials?
Let me guess, you want to know about medical trials. Okay, open this. Just like we did 1,000 times before.
It's me. Are the final details in place? Oh, well, he was very handsomely rewarded. Not that he fully understood the rarity of the boy's magnificent heart, of course. Whoa. Huh?
Okay. Now it goes the way I need it to go. Very nice. Okay, he doesn't go. He doesn't... Okay. Now, he drags the body outside. When he goes in, I can knock him out because I don't want him to go off with the gun. Because he's gonna go back in, see the gun and think, hey, where did the gun come from? And then just bring it all the way down there somewhere. Okay. Okay, I can probably use a gun as a distraction. Drag you a little bit over here. Close that. Grab that as a distraction. Open this. Pop. There we go.
Oh yeah, you gotta get
Swifty. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Ghost Dude. Welcome. Let's see. Need to go the other way. Okay. Wait till he's on the other side so I don't get caught again. Go. Again, I appreciate the gameplay. Thank you so much. Well, you're welcome. I basically play Hitman every time. I usually stream on Fridays, but it's an off day for me today. So I have a day off, and tomorrow too. And so yeah, that is an extra Hitman stream. Don't know if I can stream tomorrow. Can I stream tomorrow? I'm just waiting for the dude to come down here. Let me check my agenda. Don't know, what did we have? No. There's a good chance I have a stream tomorrow too, but that depends on the weather. Why does that depend on the weather, you ask? Because if the weather's good, then my wife will be going to the beach. And if she's on the beach, then... Oh, I did not kill the security camera. Oh, fuck me. That might as well start again. So yeah, that's what's happening. And the weather doesn't seem to be too good. So Friday or Saturday maybe. So that's something to keep in mind.
You're the curator's research aide.
Okay,
right?
let's go.
Let me guess. You want to know about medical trials?
We've got this part done. I just gotta remember to shoot the cameras behind me. Okay, don't throw it out too far.
It's me.
Crap.
The final details in place. Oh, well, he was very handsomely rewarded. Not that he fully understood the rarity of the boy's magnificent heart, of course.
Oh, that goes without saying.
Now what's going on?
Okay. Oh, he's going there. No. Now you leave, please. Oh, he's going in because he's gonna see the gun. Oh, fuck me. He's gonna get the other dude. This is not good. Oh, he's gonna tell that dude there's a gun here. Oh, brother. Okay, so is he gonna get in here? Yoink. Okay, put you in the incinerator just to be safe. Get this. Okay. Shoot him in the head. Bob. Get rid of the cameras over there. Bob. Oh.
It's Ito. You called earlier. Just the usual thing.
Oh, get the katana. And this. Okay. Okay, he's freaking out, but hopefully he doesn't get here. Okay.
Huh?
Hopefully we're safe. Penny did the suit redeem. I should change suits when the giveaway in a few minutes. I set the timer for 15 minutes. When the message pops up that wait, I went the wrong way. The message pops up when entries are no longer possible, then I will pull a winner. Okay, there we go. And the pin message will disappear as well, so yeah. Okay.
Marvelous. You're very intelligent. No, don't be modest. You are. I mean, I just don't.
Oh.
Okay, so I need him to fuck off. Can I already do this?
Sir, I found a weapon.
Hey, thank you for the biddies, man.
TTV_ghost dud cheered. 10 bitties. Thank you, heart.
Yeah, all right.
Why aren't you going there, man?
Oh, come on, man.
Probably nothing.
Go, Jeffrey.
You check it out?
Yeah, okay.
Nice. Okay. Do I still have to? Yeah, I have the katana here. Good. Now, go over here. Oh, that's not right. I need to go over here. Got the black screen again. Okay. I'm gonna lure you over here. Far away in the corner as I can. And then
those bloody kids messing around again.
I think the timer is over, so I will be pulling the winner soon. Oh.
Watch where you're going, sir.
Okay, cool. Now we just need to focus on him. Before Helmut Kruger gets here, or the one that wants to look like Kruger. Oh, genki desu ka? Oh, they found the body already? Fuck. Okay, let's pick a winner. Ooh, pick a winner. Yeah, it's Ghost Dud. What a surprise. I'm gonna send you a whisper with your Ducky. You need to redeem that at your IOI account. So it's let me pull up my my thing. Yo. So put in a whisper. Where is the whispers? Let's move that over here. Whisper. Okay. Bloop. And then account and then redeem code. There you go. Oops. And then redeem at bloop. There you go. That should do it. How the hell did he get found so fast? Let's go find who found him. Another. What the? What? Well, that was annoying. So where the hell did he come from? Did he just morph through the thing, or is there a dude that's walking here? Is there a better way to hide this dude? Not here, because then he will see.
Out of the way! Out of the way! Security business.
Mr. Jason Port.
Replan. Okay. Penny redeemed my random suit picker, so let's pick a random suit. I need to see what I'm doing before I can do that. There we go. That Ansel. It's a free cam mod that's I think it's on Nexus mods. I installed it with the simple mods framework, so I can just fly around. So it's not Ansel, because Ansel is limiting. Yeah, let's pick a random suit. There we go.
That's nice.
Classic 47 signature suit with gloves. Okay. 47 signature suit with gloves. Classic. 47 signature suit with gloves. By the way, if you want to use this random suit picker on your stream, you can. It's available for free. So I made this. So yeah. Wait. Random suit. I thought I made a command for that. Oh, there you go. So just go to that website. There's no registration, no ads, no nothing. It doesn't even store anything from you. Just it generates a key you can use in the URL, and then you can just use the suit picker for your stream, just like I just did just now. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, hopefully the gods are with us this time. Because it's getting to be a pain in the ass, man. I'll just put this over here so that if my wife messages me, I can see. How the hell did you see that? You were already looking at your tablet, dude. Oh my god. This game is breaking down on me. Okay, he's looking at his chart. Now I can get up.
You're the curator's research aide, right?
Right, that's right. No, there's nothing. It's a very simple website from my end. It's not storing anything. I don't need anything from you. Just tick off the suit you have in the suit selector, and it will
final details in place.
And it will generate a URL for you can use. And if you look in the how to use section, there's some extra stuff you can do, like changing the length of the selection process. And oh, well, that works. You can even change the background if you want to. So that's good. And of course, you're free to donate if you want, and then you get an extra perk. Oh. But yeah, you can read all about that on the site. So wait for him to turn around. Get to the other side. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Maybe I should make a button on my stream deck for promoting that. But yeah, it's also promoting it already like every 15 minutes. So maybe I don't. Okay. Let's get over here.
On another subject, not to switch topics,
Where is the dude? Oh, that's Amos.
Keep it real, Cook.
No, sir. I can't grant you access to this area at the moment. Sorry.
Where's the dude that sits with her normally? What the fuck?
You think I'm a goddamn terrorist?
Hey, lady.
American. We bombed the crap out of the...
Hey, thank you so much for the biddies, man.
TTV_ghost dud cheered. 10 bitties. Thank you, heart.
In Japanese, konnichiwa sushi. Someone there? I'm sorry. I think I just found some sort of weapon over there.
Let me take care of that.
Yep. Hey, who is throwing stuff around here?
Yes, very good. Go there. Got him. Okay, good. Oh, give me a second. I think I need to turn on the oven. Oven kan on. Okay. Okay, give me like 20 seconds, guys. I need to turn on the oven. Ooh, and I'm back. Okay, where did I want to go? This way.
I know this isn't the right place.
So what if I put him down here? Anybody see that? Can you come over here, sir?
Hey, wonder what that was.
So hopefully, when he's down there, as somebody's walking through here, won't see him.
Is anyone there?
There we go. Okay, let's go. Hopefully he won't be found there, otherwise we'll have to find a way to distract the one who's finding him.
Hello there.
Hi. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Can't I just knock him out? Because that doesn't really matter, right?
Been with the client long?
Couple of months.
What if I do this?
Yes.
Get wrecked. There we go.
Duh. Winning.
There we go. Very nice. Thank you, thank you. And that was that. Okay, let's see how we are doing on the cheater board. Sunny Q. Oh wow, I haven't seen that name for a while. 2 minutes. Which was in 5. We're basically having the same time. It's like 8 mission scored less. Oh my god, that's just a fraction of a second. That's you there, yeah, okay, very nice. Alex. He just gave up. But Oxygen and oh man, they have a nice strat. I can do that in 2 minutes. Okay. Maybe there's some boosting involved. Oh, I'm getting a headache. Okay. Yeah, I can lurk. Yeah, I don't have too much time left. Maybe I can do one more contract. Let's see. I think. Let's see. Can I scroll that far up? Cheney posted that one, yes. But he also posted another one over here. Okay, Cheney. I will put that one down here. There's nothing in the queues, right, at the moment. Queues. There's 36k. Okay. Do you have a contract? Otherwise, I will look up the other one because you're on the queue. I don't know if you're still here, but let's see, 80. Man, sometimes my stuff is 36k. You're on the queue. Do you have a contract ID or a name for me? Otherwise, I will just go and play Cheney's contract. Oh, we're going to Hokkaido again. Okay. Okay, so it's Amos, Jason Portman, yeah. That's Olympi, the main doctor, and Katashito, that's one of the morgue doctors, okay. So, I'm gonna start here. I'll keep the signature suit for now. I can lure him into the bathroom, that's no problem. Okay, okay, so there's no... Okay, so let's get a poison for the good doctor. Maybe some distraction coins. Because him I can get from the suite, that's no problem. The rest I'll have to... Akira Nakamura. Okay. Maybe I can get him if I...
Hello, Mr. Reaper. As part of the service here at Gamma, your personal room has been outfitted with a radio...
God damn it. I need to update my aimbot.
The device will unlock and allow access to your personal suite.
Sir, wait a second.
We're all having fun here, sir.
Crap. Too slow. Oh, maybe I need to... Maybe if I put down a coin, he walks back up. Because I need to do this before the lady comes out.
As part of the service here at Gamma, your personal room has been
Okay, that's better. Let's pick out my coin. So that he doesn't pass the ladies over here. Oh, I can probably get him... He sees that? Oh my god.
No way! Don't touch me!
Crap. Okay. That doesn't work. Maybe I just need to make him sick. What if I do that? What instead of a coin, I'll... No. I'll keep that. What if I just take... a stinky fruit? Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Okay. So, Mr. Amos...
As part of the service here at
Can I shoot you through the window? I can. Okay.
Frequency identification chip. The device will
Durian out, okay.
I hope you're enjoying your stay.
Okay.
Sir?
He should come to this bathroom, right? We've got Helmut over there. No. He just goes over there. Okay. I think I can pull him in first. Hey, dude. Because he's going to puke somewhere over there.
Shut up, Helmut. No, wait. You're not Helmut. Hey, bad form, dude. You stole my idea.
Come on.
Hey, look, asshole. Maybe you can find someone else to emulate? How about, I don't know, Jordan Cross? He's hot, right? Wow, this is super embarrassing. At least we don't attend the same social circles. Shut up, we don't.
Get in here.
I've got connections. I can make you disappear for good. No way.
Guess who's gonna disappear for good? Okay. Let's get the pukey boy. Let's see. Oh, he's puking in my... no, he's not. That's not my suite.
I hope you're enjoying your stay.
Oh.
Oh! All right, stay put. I got this. Okay, okay.
Crap, he's already done.
Oh.
Got him. Okay, let's change into your outfit because I might have a little bit more leeway. Okay, who's next? Got two left. Okay, he's up there. Where the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Hi, sir.
Have a good night, Mr. Director.
Oh, this is perfect. Let's put you here. Okay, where's the last one? Up there, over there.
Up with the sudden limp on our resident yoga master.
I noticed that. Heard him complain about it on the phone, too, talking to him.
Okay. Where are you? Oh, you're one of the plague doctors, right. What are plague doctors? Okay, so I can probably get you here.
It's me. Oh. Now what's going on? This keeps happening
Really?
again and again today.
Oh, that's right. I can knock people out.
Ah, this really is the life, isn't it? Listening organs.
Scalpel.
No! Oh, God, help! Please!
There we go. Now we just need to find the exit. It's over here. Let's take the scooter out of here. Hey, Artful Jamie, welcome. Happy Thursday. So let's get the hell out of here. There we go.
Duh. Winning.
Alright, so my wife just came home, so that is going to have to be it for today. I want to say thank you guys for being here. It's been real fun. Got some nice contracts. And yeah. 417. Oh, I've got 47. That's a winner. Let's see how the cheetah words look global. Let's see. I did it in 417. Sunny Q in 136. Man, he has quick ways to get around these two. Puchas in 319. Very, very nice. Okay. Exit to menu. Thank you, Canadianator. Let's see. We will find a Hitman streamer. Let's see who's live. Anybody of my friends live that's playing? Oh, Shrimpy is live. And Seth is live. And Bob Ross is live. I haven't rated Seth in a while, so let's go there. What is Seth playing? What mode is he playing? He's playing Contracts too, so let's go say hi. Raid. Okay, so yeah, if you're here for the drops, I will put you to another Hitman streamer, so your time is cumulative. It adds up. And yeah, you can just continue there, and the unlocks should come in your account. I just posted my stuff. I've got my Twitter there. It's X by now, but okay. I post my go live messages there. I have my YouTube there. I have Hitman videos up if you're interested. My Instagram, not posting too much to that these days, but that's where I post a lot of my and Blue Sky too, where I post my screenshots, my photography. So if you're interested, go check that out. In the meantime, I will shut this down. And again, thank you guys for being here, and I will catch you later. Bye now.